Welcome back to Chamber Talk. I'm your host, Shayna Smith, Vice President of Business at the BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association. With me now, I have Mrs. Nyasha Benjamin, and she is from Nagico Insurances, and she's going to share with us about the supplemental medical plan that's available for businesses here in the Virgin Islands. Welcome to Chamber Talk.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we know that last year, January, that the National Health Insurance was introduced.
Yes.
And that was basically mandatory for everybody. So, but there are quite a few businesses that have decided to still have a supplemental medical insurance. So we'd like to get some information out in terms of, what's available, how it compares to the National Health Insurance Plan, and the benefits that they would achieve from that. So, let's start by explaining, I guess, what's the plan and what's included in it.
Okay, we actually have a worldwide supplemental plan. The plan is designed to work alongside the NHI plan, and it provides benefits above and beyond those provided by NHI. We noticed that in the NHI plan, there are some benefits that seem a bit small compared to what you would have seen in the previous plans that would have existed before NHI came on stream. And we just wanted to make sure that persons still have enough coverage to make sure that they are provided the necessary medical care that they need at any one time. In terms of the lifetime maximum that we offer an additional $2 million in addition to what you would get with NHI. And this is with worldwide access.
Okay.
So we cover you locally as well as overseas. We have networks in Puerto Rico, Colombia, different places throughout the Caribbean, and our main network provider in the U.S. is United Healthcare.
Okay.
That offers us access to over 560,000 doctors, the top hospitals in the U.S., Jackson Memorial, Mayo Clinic, and all those are included within our network with this plan.
So this is something now we're saying that we have in addition to NHI.
Yes.
So how does it work? Do you use your NHI first and then we use the Nagico plan?
Yes, that's the intentions of the plan locally, but overseas you can also use the card as primary.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so based on the worldwide plan now that we're talking about. Okay. So we touched on in terms of the limits, the coverage I see here includes major medical, dental, and vision expenses?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, you were to have specialized diagnostic testing. I'll use that as an example. With the NHI benefit, they cover up to about $1,500 per annum. Specialized diagnostic would include stuff like MRIs and CT scans and so forth. You might be aware an MRI could cost a lot more than that.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, you need additional testing. This is where your supplemental plan kicks in, because we become primary once you've exhausted that maximum under NHI.
Okay.
And another example, hospital room and board. NHI covers up to 30 days maximum per annum.
Okay.
So after you've exhausted that 30 days, unless you have a supplemental plan, you'll be basically on your own.
And that 30 days isn't just one visit, but we're talking about per year, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. So once you've exhausted the NHI maximums, then you are able to benefit from the supplemental plan.
Okay. And then outpatient services, we have coverages on an 80-20 basis.
Yes.
So so when we say outpatient services, we're talking about what
Like
type of services?
physician visits, specialist visits.
Okay.
And stuff of that nature. So let's say, for example, NHI, let's say, for example, you go for a visit and it costs, let's say, $200. But we all know that we have usual, reasonable, and customary fees. NHI might say, okay, $150 is my usual, reasonable and customary fee. So they'll pay 90% of that cost.
Okay.
So you have your copay from the $150, and then you still have that $50 difference.
Okay.
So the supplemental plan kicks in to help you with those differences in cost.
Okay. So
Yes.
it picks up in terms of the difference, now that NHI covers,
yes,
to be able to make sure everything is covered,
yes,
as far as medical expenses.
yes, it does.
Okay, and then inpatient services coverage is at 100%.
That would be like if you're hospitalized or if you need to have a surgery and so forth.
Okay.
Yes.
And so we have no deductibles for care in the BVI and
No.
the in-network providers.
Yes.
So we spoke about that, and the worldwide coverage, overseas accommodation. So this includes, I see, air transportation.
Yes, it does. So if you're traveling overseas for care that's not available in the BVI, we actually provide air transportation, ground transportation. That includes if you have to get an ambulance, if you have to rent a car, if you have to catch a taxi. All those are covered under our ground transportation, and then we also cover your hotel accommodations as well.
Oh,
provide
wonderful.
assistance with that.
Oh, great. Because
Yes.
I know of situations where, persons might have gone through the primary, examinations here in the BVI, but then they need to go, say, for example, to Miami.
Yes.
To do further treatment or receive further care. So this would help.
That
to
would
cover,
assist as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and we also provide air ambulance coverage as well. So let's say, for example, under the NHI plan, they cover a maximum of 20,000, but they also have a co-payment.
Okay.
So with the supplemental plan, it will assist with your co-payment and any excess over the maximum that is set out.
Okay.
Yes.
And as well as out-of-pocket expenses.
How the out-of-pocket expense works is that the plan has a set maximum amount. So let's say it's $2,000. If you're paying your co-payments and you reach $2,000, it's for outpatient services. Once you reach that $2,000 maximum, then we will be responsible for 100% of your expenses.
Okay. Okay, so then you pay up to a certain limit, and then
After that, you're
plan
covered at
picks up.
100%.
Okay.
Yes, for the policy year.
And in the unfortunate event, we have mortal repatriation.
Yes,
It is
we
in the
do.
event of death that we bring the body. Well, it say wherever it wants to go.
Yes, wherever the family chooses, we don't have any stipulations. We will
Okay.
pay out to the maximum allowed for that benefit.
Oh, that's awesome. Because in situations like that, that's the last thing you want to have to be worried about.
Yes, that's true.
That is awesome. Okay, and then tell us a little bit now about the life and accidental death and dismembership rider.
Well, with the previous group policies that persons would have had, whether through Bupa or the other carriers, there was always a life rider attached. So with NHI, they're just providing medical coverage.
Okay.
So we still continue to provide this benefit. In the event of your death, the person that you list as your beneficiary would be able to get the amount that is left behind. And it's $10,000. That's the usual limit. But if persons would want to have an increase on that limit, we can increase that. Of course, that would be for an additional cost. And also we have accidental death and dismemberment. If the person dies by way of an accident, they also have an additional benefit of $10,000.
Okay.
So that goes to whoever the person lists as their beneficiary at the time of application.
Okay. And so that we're clear, in terms of the plan, we're treating it as a group plan.
Yes.
So even if I, as an individual business, signs up, the premiums would behave as if it's a group policy.
Yes, you're correct.
All right. So this is definitely something, again, for small businesses to take advantage of. If you have, employee pool that you need to grant additional coverage to, because, different sectors or different industries might have different medical coverage needs that go beyond what the basics that NHI offers. So I think this is a very excellent example in terms of, one of the benefits of being part of the chamber. You're part of the group, but even if you're not, that you're still able to take advantage of this through the supplemental policy that you guys offer.
Yes.
So how does someone sign up?
It's just as simple as completing an application form. No medicals are required unless, for example, at the time that you fill out the application, we notice something, maybe a critical illness, we may ask for additional information.
Okay.
But it's just as simple as completing an application form.
Okay, so you can come into the office and fill out the forms. And in terms of premiums, can you give like an idea of ranges or?
The premium range for the supplemental plan is anywhere between $130 to $170. So the more persons that you get on the plan, we can work better with the premium in terms of giving a
and that's $130 a month?
Yes, monthly.
Okay, so that's a monthly premium.
Monthly.
$130. Awesome. So Give our audience some contact details, whether it's how to access yourself or the office.
Okay, if persons are interested, they can contact our office at 494-6433, extension 1 for the medical department, or you can also email us at medical@nagicobvi.com.
Awesome.
All right.
Nyesha, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me once again.
All right.
All right, thank you.
You've been tuned in to Chamber Talk, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.